Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Texans versus Minnesota Vikings preseason game. Texans kicking off at 3 o'clock today against the Minnesota Vikings. Game will be on ABC. If you do not live if you do not live in Houston, you can watch the game on ABC. If you do live in Houston, you can watch the game on ABC. But if you don't, or you just don't live in Texas, then you can watch this game on NFL Network. This game will be on NFL Network, but anybody who doesn't have NFL Network but lives in Houston or the Texas area can watch this game on ABC. But yeah, so I think mainly just Houston people can watch the game on ABC. But, we will see what happens today. It's going to be interesting seeing the Texans back out there. I think, and this is going to be an interesting matchup as well, seeing J.J. McCarthy back on the field for the first time since coming back from his injury. I'm excited to see what he can do today. Obviously, I'm going to be rooting for the Texans, but I like J.J. McCarthy. I think he's a solid quarterback. Today, we'll see him without both Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, but he'll still have some solid options. He'll have Jalen Naylor, Rondell Moore. They just drafted this guy named Trey Felton in the third round from Maryland. So he'll have a couple options to throw the football to. Won't be anything like Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson, but he'll have some solid guys to throw the football to today. We'll see how he can do. As for the Texans, there's no indication yet whether C.J. Stroud will be starting this game or Davis Mills will be starting this game. I've read two different things. I've read that C.J. is going to start this game and that no, he's not, and the Texans are going to go with their more young players. I think at this point, there's more of a chance of C.J. Stroud starting this game and playing one or two series, most likely one series, more than there of him not. I think that right now, I would say there's a solid chance of C.J. Stroud suiting up in this game today and just going out there for one series. I think C.J. Stroud is not really at the point of his career where he needs to prove anything in preseason, or try to show the Texans something. But I do think with having a new offensive coordinator and C.J. Stroud in the first offensive, he's with the first offensive coordinator and the first offense that is not involving Bobby Slowick of his career. I think you want to get him ready for that. Like, you want him to be ready for week one when you're going to play the Los Angeles Rams and get him ready for, what he's about to, what's about to happen week one and what's going to happen the entire season. Like, that could be a big change for a youngster with getting a new offensive coordinator. And so getting him started early would be great. We will see what happens if he goes out there today or not. If he does not, Davis Mills will be the starter. No announcement has been made yet. Now, we will see if other starters would be out there with him. We know Joe Mixon would not be out there. He's not healthy right now. Nico Collins, I would predict if C.J. Stroud is out there, guys like Nico Collins, Dalton Schultz, and Christian Kirk are going to be out there for a series as well. And so another guy I'm really excited to see today, I think both these guys will play a lot of reps with Davis Mills, is Jaden Higgins and Jalen Noel. I'm going to predict Jalen Noel plays the entire first half, and Jaden Higgins probably plays most of the first half. I'm excited to see what those two guys can do today. If C.J. Stroud is going to be out there, I'd like to see Jaden Higgins get reps with both Stroud and Mills. We will see. And then you've got two quarterbacks after Stroud and Mills. You've got the guy the Texans just drafted in this year's draft, was 5th or 6th round, Graham Mertz from Florida. We'll see what he can do today, because there's kind of a third quarterback competition. You've got Kedon Slovis, and you've got Graham Mertz. So we'll see what those two guys can do today as those two guys kind of fight for the third QB spot. I think we obviously know Stroud is the starter. We know Davis Mills has that backup spot. I don't think either Slovis or Mertz have a chance of getting that from Mills. But those two guys, I think, have a chance to fight for that third quarterback spot, which is something you can use now because of that emergency quarterback that we've seen. And so, I think that I'd like to see the Texans have a third quarterback on the roster. They didn't last year. Case Keenum was supposed to be that third quarterback last year and then spent the entire year on IR. And the Texans carried two quarterbacks on the roster all year last year. Yeah, we will see, what those two youngsters look like today. But I'm excited to see the way this team plays today outside of, if Stroud doesn't play. You've got Jane Higgins and Jalen Noel, who I'm really interested to see what they can do. Also, Asante, who's in a familiar place where he used to play college, played college in Minnesota. He'll be playing, against the Vikings. But I'm excited to see what he can do today. And then there are other young guys that I'm really excited to see. I mean, I would hope that if the starters are out there, if CJ, Christian Kirk, and Collins are out there, I'm hoping Nick Chubb would also be out there and we get to see him as well. Maybe Brevin Jordan could be out there. That's one guy I'd be looking at as well, is like Brevin Jordan coming back from the torn ACL. I'd like to see what he can do. But I would, if CJ Stroud is out there, which would probably be Brevin Jordan, Dalton Schultz are out there as well, I'd keep an eye out on those guys because I keep hearing all the training camp is Nick Caley is someone who really wants to get the tight ends involved. He's a guy who's going to want to feed tight ends in his offense. And Brevin Jordan and Dalton Schultz are two guys who are going to, I think, definitely take a benefit off of that this year. And I think both of them have great chemistry with C.J. Stroud that you've seen in C.J. Stroud's first couple seasons, especially in C.J.'s first season with those two guys. Let me know your thoughts on the Houston Texans game today. I think there are many other young players we can go over about, but I'm not going to spend too much time on it. It's just, especially the fact we don't really know, who's going to be going out there. Like, is Stroud starting? Is Mills starting? We will see when that announcement will be made. Let me know your thoughts on the game today in the comment section, and peace out, go Texans.